However, the Agni Congress Business Today Television's rolling coverage is underway, and of course, I am at KPMG stall, and I'm joined by an expert who actually a partner who's actually will give us brief insights and deep insights on what really is the situation on the ground when it comes to telecom and of course other sectors as well. Thank you so much, Mr. Tuteja, for speaking to us. First of all, the Prime Minister inaugurated the IMC as usual, and the key takeaways were how India's growth story is being talked about, how 5G has been rolled out, 6G is underway. What's your sense when you hear the Prime Minister as KPMG, one of the big four? What scenario do you get? What understanding do you have, and you think that's going on in the country presently?
I think we are in a great shape right now. And of course, Prime Minister Modi is reconfirming a lot of things which the government has been doing and will continue to do. So the two things which come to my mind when I hear this speech is the first is very large ambition for India to take center stage when it comes to setting the standards, leading the way and driving transformation. And the second is being very inspired and being optimist about the future of what this technology can do to actually transform the livelihood of a lot of people.
However, Akhilesh, it's been the two reports have been being talked about. Could you give us brief insights on what they really are and what vision does it entail for the India's telecom sector as well?
So we have launched two reports here. The first one is about what is the impact of AI and in particular generative AI on the TMT industry. And that report is extremely positive. We have interviewed more than 200 people in the industry here in India, and the results have come very strong to say we have put the whole world into three categories. People who are AI pioneers, which are really doing a lot of work and already have done production. People who are what we call the AI enthusiasts, which are halfway through, and there are people who are explorers, which are just starting. And good news is that there are very, very few people in the explorer category, and there are a lot of people in pioneer and enthusiast category. So more than 50% people have actually implemented AI, not in what I would call the classical processes, but in areas where there's a revenue generation happening.
All right, and when we talk about AI, companies like the Big Four, especially KPMG, also your sector as well, has been taken by storm suddenly. We've been seeing a sudden influx of ChatGPT coming over, AI taking over various jobs as well. What are your insights when it comes to AI, and how good, bad is it, and what is the use case scenario? Because every good thing has its negative impacts as well. So could you highlight 2-3 impactful things on Indian economy or the overall job scenario as far as AI goes?
First of all, I do want to break the myth that AI will not take away jobs. AI will actually create net new jobs. Of course, one of the downside of AI could be that it will force a lot of people who are doing traditional jobs to learn and upskill and take on new areas. So that's something which they are able to do. But in general, net AI will create more jobs. That is what every technology in the past has done. It'll do the same. I think the second thing which the AI will do is rather than AI just making my work easier, it'll actually make me do things which I could never do before. And that is a revenue impact, and especially on the telecom industry is going to be significant because you can now reach the clients and do things which the clients never did before. So there's a positive revenue impact. We believe, again, based on various surveys which you've done, the impact of just Gen AI on revenue maximization is anywhere in the tune of 10 to 20%. So that's a net revenue add-on which will happen to the industry.
And last question, when it comes to KPMG, how's the telecom space looking like? I know you come out with your monthly and quarterly newsletters as well. Our sector outlook. If I could ask you on the sectoral outlook for India, how's it looking like? Especially when it's festival season. I know there's not much impact, of course, in the festive season, but overall, the consumption, internet usage demand, any figure you could throw at us?
So right now we are at one of the higher bandwidth consumption countries, but I would still think that we are just scratching the tip of the iceberg. There is a lot more because right now a lot of things are dependent on what you can get. It's like saying do we ever have electricity oversupply? No. I think when we have more electricity, there'll be more consumption patterns. So when we have more bandwidth, there'll be more consumption patterns. So I think we really are one of the top consuming countries, but we could still do a lot more. So the headroom is very, very high.
So you mean to say that with 6G also coming over eventually in the next 4 or 5 years and 5G rollout becoming much more stronger, you think that the consumption of internet in India is bound to rise?
100%.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Mr. Tuteja, for speaking to us. That was Mr. Akhilesh Tuteja speaking to Business Today TV on, of course, the internet penetration is just at the tip of the iceberg. With camera person Prem Chandra, this is Chetan Bhutani for Business Today Television.